Not
the
streaming
player.
or nothing, but no streaming. I don't think there's any need to stream the podcast right now, honestly.
No need.
I think it's best to just get the recordings, do the actual, have it actually out there on a regular basis.
It don't feel too bad in here right now, like heat-wise.
It's so weird sometimes, dude. It's like, I don't know. I'm such a, my body is so fucking weird when it comes to, heat and just temperature in general. Yeah. I've always been, a very, hot-bodied person. My body literally just gives off heat. It's so weird. And, I don't know. I've been, I feel like I've always been prone to, clamminess in a way.
I feel that.
Not over, anything crazy. Literally just, the temperature. I mean, when I'm downstairs, for sure, first thing in the morning, and it's it's still kind of cooler because it's morning and the sun hasn't fully come up, and I open my door down there, and I might normally have a window open or something up here. I try to keep in as much circulation since my fucking AC is broken, but because the heat or the humidity will seep into the fucking house, regardless of what I got going, whether I got each fan going, the fan downstairs, and it just I spend my entire morning literally just clammy, not humidity just my hands, worst. Just it really is, dude.
Heat isn't even that awful. Bad. It's the humidity that makes it unbearable.
It's literally that. It's just so fucking weird,
when it's
dude.
95 and humid, dude. I'd rather live in a desert than fucking humidity.
I personally love, I don't know. I can survive fine in 80-degree weather, but when it does get the humidity of South Carolina, I think South Carolina. I don't know. I've been to Florida a good bit in my life. Ain't nothing like some fucking South Carolina humidity though. It's literally something else, dude. I don't know,
bro. The only times I've been to Florida really is to go to Disney World and shit. So, not that it isn't hot as fuck there, but I feel like it's pretty similar, honestly.
I mean, I would think it'd be similar. I feel like they have more heat than just than humidity. I don't know. I feel like the humidity is just a major South Carolina thing. Maybe it's just me, but either way, I don't even know, dude.
Yeah, I've never felt the pain as much in Florida, but also I guess if you're at a theme park,
then I'm thinking, I went to Six Flags. I think it was Six Flags way back. Is that Charlotte?
There's a number of Six Flags.
Is there? Okay, I don't even know. I was real young when we went, but either way, I was not even riding roller coasters at the time. But I remember going to Six Flags during the summer, and it was so fucking hot, unbearably hot, and there was literally nowhere to take shelter, nowhere to dude, I came out of that park literally probably more sunburned than I've ever been in my life.
That's crazy.
It was unreal.
The kind that you're tending to for days.
Yes. Oh my god,
that's awful, dude.
I remember one time I had sunburn so bad. It was during this little summer camp of some kind. I don't even know. It was it was over at Pine Forest, and we would do golf, swimming, tennis, this, that, the other there. I actually had there was an ex-teacher from Pinewood who was one of my counselors or whatever for that camp. He used to teach at Pinewood though, but he was he also used to teach at the Citadel, but it was during his time at the Citadel that he was actually arrested for fucking children. I was yo. I was never noticed it back when I was around him, but
you'd be surprised how many people are getting busted
glad
for
I
that.
Didn't, because if I had been noticing it, it may have been me.
Bro.
The dude had 3 daughters. They were triplets, I think, too.
Oh, God, that's horrible.
Ugh. What's not horrible though?
Mystic.
Yeah, I still can't get over the guy.
Yo, move the thing so they can see our beautiful sponsorship here.
Hey.
Soon to be
I buy
anyway.
These so often now at this point. I literally went to the convenience store the other day, and as I was leaving, which I was leaving, I was coming back I was running down the convenience store to get a water bottle or something and come back real quick so the dudes can replace the windshield of my car. And the guy who is always working in the convenience store, he stopped me. He literally whipped his car in as I was about to pull out, and he goes, "Hey bro." I was like, "What's up?" He's like, "Hey bro, I got your juice." I was like, "You got what?"
I got your juice.
He's like, "I got your juice, the grape strawberry Mystic." I was like, "Yes." Boy. He was like, because I had asked him, I was like, "Can I buy it in bulk?" He was like, "I'll let you know. They come in on Wednesday." I was like, "Okay." So they're letting me know. I still have not made it down there since then to go get it. But every time, well, it's because of the corona, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have After that day, honestly didn't even have the money to buy it. Like, technically, shouldn't have been spending it. Even if I could, I would have. But
sometimes you gotta.
Sometimes you gotta. Either way, yeah, no, because they for a little bit of time they had like a different amount of hours or whatever, but they went back to their regular hours pretty fucking quick. Honestly, they starting to move. We definitely need something to set that up. Was that
just gotta find the clamp for it again.
That was what your brother was using it initially.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was probably like at his room or
I think it's there.
Either way, definitely do need that. Either way, so since it's been literally like 3 weeks or something since we've actually like sat down and recorded a podcast, I feel like, well, one thing, like, I want to, obviously, between me and you, we could probably manage to record some. We just got to actually get to it. But I've also been wanting to, like, actually get other people in, but it's so hard right now because, like, there's a number of people that I want to ask, but I don't want to ask and be like, I don't know, I feel like it's imposing at this during these times to ask, it's like, hey, come to my house and fucking do a podcast. I know you don't want to get corona, but I mean, I don't have corona, but I don't want to put anybody at risk. Like, one of the people I want to come has 2 daughters. They're like, like pretty fucking young, and I don't want to, like, possibly have her, and I wouldn't even ask at this point. It's too much of a, like, risk in a sense. Books A Million literally has my manager. They've closed the store, but my general manager still has to go in and spend the day there for BOPIS, which is buy online, pick up in store, in which he literally will, like, he stays in the store. They pull up outside the store. He has to, like, see that they're there or something, and then go out, be like, you're here to pick up a book, and they're like, yep, and he, like, takes their card in, charges them, does the whole process, and then comes out and gives them the book. And it's like, bro, just shut the store down.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm like, oh my god. I saw a freaking Cactus Car Wash. It was completely closed down, and I don't know if it's they chose to completely close down, or, like, did they, like, already crumble financially, or what?
Is it like an automatic one, or are there people?
I think it's I think it was an automatic one. It looked like they had setups also. I mean, because Cactus Car Wash does have the people who do it for you and everything. But this was a much smaller one, I think. It was much smaller than the one in North Charleston, I think. I
don't even know.
You've never seen one? Corey, my brother used to go get them done all the time at his car wash, at Cactus Car Wash, because they would actually, like, they would have, like, a crew of people go in and, like, clean your car out and shit for you, and it's like, say less.
Yeah,
it was always it was a nice car wash. this one I saw, I can't remember where it was, but I was surprised to see it closed down. And of course, it how companies all like to say they're the best, but it had a Charleston 2019 best car wash below it or whatever. I was like, okay,
best car wash.
Like, maybe they're bullshitting, but either way, like,
car wash is a good business, dude. If you don't have to have employees,
I mean, if there's so many good businesses, but dude, like,
liquor
with
store.
the idea of this with the coronavirus, it's just
liquor store still a good business.
Liquor store is 100% not going out of business anytime soon. Yo, and fucking New York now digging mass graves.
Dude, I fucking saw that. I was like,
yo, like, if
my God, that's horrifying.
You aren't taking it serious, like, even remotely seriously after seeing something like that,
you're
like,
kind of a clown.
You're beyond a clown, dude. Like, you're an absolute idiot. Like, anybody that is still saying, oh, it's being blown out of proportion, like, no. Like, at this point, it is not being blown out of any kind of proportion. It's just like, there's just so much, dude. It's fuck. Either way. And yeah, so my Books A Million was my side job, and I'm not working that now. And the property management that I do for, like, vacation rentals, that is, like, completely crumbled for the next foreseeable future. Literally, it's done. Like, almost all the way up until June. Like, through the summer almost, dude. Like, it's fucked.
That's gotta be. That would be like a
they've been putting
right?
The city of North Myrtle Beach has put out ordinance, as well as I think Hilton Head has put out ordinance of no long-term travel. At first, it was just no short-term travels, like vacations or anything. Like, if if we're the vacation rental people who are overseeing this stuff, we have to, like, literally cancel all those bookings, or they have to come through and cancel them. And it's like,
well, they're doing the same thing, I think, in Mount Pleasant, and I think Charleston has one too.
It's like, fuck, dude. I genuinely need to go find, like, a whole new job after this. Like, Books A Million, in my opinion, is, like, it's not going to be enough for me to sustain myself after this. Even then, it already wasn't. But like, it's fucked, dude. It's just fucked. You know, it completely came in out
online,
of the blue. Which, of course, what was it down there earlier? I heard you just listening about how they knew ahead of time for however much time, but didn't say anything or didn't do anything.
In November, they were knowing that like there was a potential that it could be pretty bad. And then, I think they learned about it in October.
I was about to say, they were learning about it back then because it was, like, literally just starting to, like, bloom.
It's literally like
in
Plague Inc.,
China,
dude. It's literally Plague Inc.
I mean, it is. Yeah.
A new virus has been discovered in China.
If anybody doesn't remember the Plague Inc. game, like, I've been playing it again recently because I thought about it, and I was like, during these times, might as well. That it's literally a game where you essentially create a disease, and you take over the world, like literally with you kill off every person, you destroy the world. And it's like, that game's been on the App Store since like 2011, I think, dude. Literally one of the longest running games, I want to say, other than like fucking Doodle Jump.
Well, there's also like, I played the version of it on like Cool Math or whatever.
Well, yeah,
website.
no, because it was definitely on like Flash websites and stuff. I'm pretty sure I played it on Congregate beforehand and everything. But it's made its way to Steam and everything. Like, it is a major game. And I, like, amidst this, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks into it, I remembered that's the game, and I started downloading it, and I started specifically like, because is it coronavirus? I was like, is it a virus? Is it a bacteria?
Corona.
But either way, so I went ahead like into the game, and
Corona fungus.
You and I have both been playing it, but
yeah.
Corona fungus, Corona
trigger,
Corona trigger,
Corona.
Yeah. And Corona, the beer, has stopped production for some time. Like I said, I saw like an article. I don't think I like read too much through it or something, but it wasn't because of its
I've been seeing them like fully stocked everywhere, where every other beer is like bought.
I've literally been seeing that, which
I bought the Corona just for the meme the other day.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, might as well. But dude, like, it's crazy. Like, I want to say that I don't think it's because of the idea of the Corona, but it is to a degree. Like, it's affected them. I don't think it's specifically. Yeah, no. Okay, well, I don't think the reason that they stopped production of the beer right now is because of its relation to the name, but the actual virus has affected their sales, among other things, so badly that they just had to stop production. I think, like, I don't even know. It's ridiculous. There's literally, like you said, anywhere you go, you just see fucking cases of Corona everywhere. It's like ridiculous.
I mean, I don't know if it's just like an anecdotal thing, but every store I've been to has been the same way.
It's
even every store, gas station, dude.
I mean, everyone I've seen has just there's been Corona, like, stocked up.
Corona's everywhere, bro. Corona's everywhere.
and then the idea of inflation with it. So, like, for the extra like unemployment money that they are giving people, are they like actually printing new money for that purpose?
I mean, there's only so many dollars in circulation.
Yeah.
So at some point, I think they're printing money like all the time.
I assume so. I mean,
because you got to think a lot of money is getting like so worn and ragged that it eventually just like rips up and shit.
Yeah,
like,
and then there's some motherfuckers that are like, God, I just want to burn this money.
So much of our shit is also just like in the bank too.
Yeah,
so, like,
yeah.
There's
so
like
weird,
not
dude.
much like paper currency being traded around, but yeah, they are printing money. I don't know if they're printing money specifically for the purpose of doing this. I feel like you can't spend $2.5 trillion without having printed some money.
I've also seen, well, I guess it is 2020. It makes sense. I was about to say I've seen a lot of census commercials recently.
Oh, yeah.
And part of me was like, you think it's like because of Corona that they're like trying to keep track of?
No, they do this like every so often. I think
it's every 10 years, which is why I said, it's 2020. Yeah, I realized that one pretty quick. But either way, honestly, dude, I've been getting them in the mail. I haven't even bothered.
Your response is required by law.
Damn, I guess I shouldn't have said it on air.
Nutty.
Yeah, either way. Oh, and let me just say, unemployment. I don't know if it's just me, but anytime, because I also like have to go online to like state and county, websites and this, that, the other, for to pay taxes, like the sales taxes for the business and this, that, the other. But they're always, without a fucking doubt the worst sites I've ever used in my life.
Charleston County isn't that bad, but it's not that good either.
Dude, well, the SC due or whatever I think that you have to go through for all the unemployment and everything.
2000, dude.
That shit
20
is
years old.
Fucking ass,
dude.
It's all just so poorly set up. Nothing
Government
explains
website,
everything. Nothing explains anything fully. You have no idea if everything that you've put into it is actually going through and like doing what it needs. It's been however long.
What's the incentive for them to have a good website, bro?
Like, what's the what?
What's the incentive for them to have a good website? They're already getting the money for the unemployment. They're not. All their people are getting paid that are working in the office. All their people that are managing this program getting millions of dollars. Blah blah blah. Like.
I mean, no.
Where it at though? Where's the website, bro? Like, dude, I could make a better website for literally free. All they gotta do is buy me a domain, dude. Slap that $5 domain on there.
Bro, I've never made a website. They could buy me a fucking donut, and I could probably make a better website than them. When you said domain, my brain went donut. So
domain, donut, son.
Yo. Either way, like, it's absolutely absurd. It is just absurd how like poorly set up these websites are.
Yo,
it really is.
A good website, dude. South Carolina Parks, the Park Service.
The Park Service?
They have a really nice website. I had no idea. I just looked at it.
Sounds like some backward shit, technically, but like, good on them.
You would think that
you would think the nature
and like some other shit. Would
the nature
like,
people would be lackluster on the technological websites and whatnot.
You would think, but
not always
they fooled us. Maybe they just got more money, or maybe
what is so with like the park services or the park side of the government or whatever, what is that in relation to like DNR? What is DNR specifically, do you know? It is, hold on, I could probably look it up.
I mean, I think that they just like make sure people who are like doing shit with like hunting licenses and wildlife things, like making sure you're not fucking with any endangered species.
That's gotta be what it is. I was thinking of like what specific, because obviously something to do with fucking nature, but either way, it was the wildlife specific thing is what I'm. Department of Natural Resources. Yeah, but that was like what I was trying to get at. That's what they like handle. The fishing licenses, hunting licenses.
Shit.
Yeah. Good lord, dude. Crazy. All right, so either way, I changed the channel name, like a week back maybe now. So does it. It is Get Excited, which is essentially the motto of this guy on Teddy and I's one of our favorite shows right now called Dr. Stone, and the main character named Senku, and he just keeps saying, he always says get excited about this shit because he's this science motherfucker, and the story is that they're literally rebuilding civilization from scratch. It's fucking incredible. I'm not gonna lie.
So good.
It's so good. The artwork, everything is just like incredible. Either way, so yeah, I've been trying to think of a decent name, and honestly, I think I'm gonna just roll with Get Excited. I don't think there's any like issue with it. It's not like a bad one. I don't know. It doesn't have to be like, I couldn't find a name that would be like pertaining to me and or like the channel specific, since I constantly want to like do so many different things for the channel. So it's like it's hard for me to like figure it out. Either way, I just went ahead and went with that.
I think.
Yeah. I don't know if it's just me, but the hold on, you might be able to see it. The logo, the like profile picture for the channel that I have is like this picture of me and you when we were recording something way back, and my hair is literally like, bro, and I look just like Dio in my opinion. I kid you not. You gotta pull it up.
I'm trying to.
Either way. So yeah, that's the channel name. That's just what I'm rolling with. I can't figure it out. I couldn't figure out what I wanted to go with, so I'm rolling with that, and I think I'm gonna, I think I like it. Either way. And Dr. Stone is specifically a manga by, oh god, what's his name? I can't remember the
something in Boichi.
Yeah, pretty much. Riichiro Inagashi is the guy that writes the story, and Boichi, can't remember, don't know how to specifically pronounce it. He's the guy that does the artwork.
Bro, Dio?
Hold on.
Bro, Dio?
Look at
Bruh, I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know, dude. I just love my hair, and
your hair looks like fucking like Wolverine when he has like the fucking, but like a cartoon of him, like
where he's got to like
two...
it's almost like he's got like horns the way that like comes back,
but like very like thick ass.
Oh, that's jokey as fuck.
Bro.
Either way,
bro. Let me pull this up.
Okay, yeah. So not Dio, Wolverine. There was definitely a particular thing, but it gave me Dio.
Really? Straight up looking like that.
That is 100% me.
Yo, dude, honestly.
Yo, how many fucking Bowser children are there?
I think there's like 7 of those Koopalings, and then there's Bowser Jr.
Bowser Jr., okay. Yo.
And then there's also Baby Bowser, which is Bowser as a baby.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Which is like separate, because that's like actually him, just as like a child.
I was about to say, what's up with the Mario timeline?
Bro, it's doesn't exist. Apparently, fucking
like
Miyamoto says that Mario is 24 years old. Bro, your face as I said that was just like,
hold on. I'm so sorry for coughing in that, but
24 years old, bro.
That motherfucker was not 24 years old when the game was created, all right?
Bro.
What about the animated series? That man looks at least 35.
Bro.
It's
24.
been years since I've watched that, but yo, a long time. A long time. Was that like a movie or TV shows?
Information says he's 39.
Well, that would be more accurate, in my opinion.
But Miyamoto, who's the creator, in 2005, said Mario's physical age is 24 or 25 years old.
So, his physical... Is that like, he's 39, but physically he's fit in the sense that he's 24?
Bro, honestly, I don't
Hey, he
know.
wouldn't be doing all them jumps and flips at 39, all right? And slamming his ass down on fucking Bowser's head.
Dude.
Yo, you just gotta fucking ass slam a Bowser sometime, you know?
Fucking...
Either way, so yeah. And on top of the channel change name, I've just been, you know...
That picture?
Yo, Bob Hoskins is
24.
He had to be like 60.
Yeah.
Yo, that's hilarious.
I mean, to put it into perspective, I'm pretty sure he like died like shortly after they made that movie.
Oh no. Well, less
positive.
less hilarious then, but either way.
I mean, he was just old.
More or less, yeah. Yo. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm jumping around on topics here. Either way, so yeah, I got the channels because, like I said, I don't know whatever I want to do with the channel. I'm constantly saying I want to do things for like when I can't do a podcast. If I can't get around to doing putting a podcast out, for like a week maybe. I would love to have just other things to fill that space, with like content. Which is why I want to do more of those like video essays with like I did with Tech and Concrete, as well as
Let's play one a day.
Let's play. I've got
if nothing else, do a let's play every day.
Well, I was about to say, like, I already have at least 5 episodes to like put out. I got the second one going out as we speak. It's literally in the process. And yeah, so I mean, I don't know. We're gonna have this. I'll be able to put this out after that. Probably tomorrow. I'll probably put this out tomorrow so that, whatever. I mean, it doesn't technically matter. There's not people currently watching my content.
There will be, bro.
There will be eventually.
Stockpile.
Yeah. The other channel has a few views on the videos, but those are like more based. I don't know. More based around something specific. What does based mean?
Based, God.
Yes, in that sense.
That you're like in tune, like with everything. Or like,
because I can't remember what I was watching. I was watching something where somebody the other day was just, they were saying something like, "Oh man, that's just not based. Oh, that's so not based." And I'm like,
I think being based is to be like in touch with like, some like
that sounds pretty accurate to me. Interesting. Either way, so
will be the based guy.
Fucking acquired savants. How about that? That was,
bro.
It's very interesting because the thing is, like the guy even said, like, whatever it is that you come out of this like, traumatic experience or this brain injury with, like, it becomes all consuming in your life. And it's interesting. It's just so interesting the way, like, like based off his life beforehand or whatever, that that guy who had the okay, well, hold on. So I just showed Teddy a video about acquired savants, and a savant is essentially a learned person or like a distinguished.
It's a genius retard.
Yeah. Maybe. Either way.
JK.
Either way. So like it's like a distinguished person of like science or knowledge or mathematics and whatnot to a degree, or distinguished in a field. A person distinguished in a field or a learned person is what the like definition came up with essentially on like Google. Don't pop at me. Either way. So yeah, and then this guy, apparently, I can't remember what his name was. He was this dude who, when he was young, he would like go out party. He used to work out regularly, this, that, the other. But he went out one night to a karaoke club or whatever, and some dudes jumped him, and he got like a major concussion or whatever, essentially, because they fucked his head up so bad. And the next day after because he went to the hospital that night, they released him that night or something, I think is what he said. And then he went home, went to sleep or whatever, and woke up the next day, and it's like everything was different. He woke up and literally had essentially like massive OCD, which he had like did not have beforehand. This dude was like nailing, he said, like 3 layers of towels and cloth to the windows to keep all the light out, washing his hands like 20 times in like less than 30 minutes type stuff. But he also like he started to like, I don't know how to describe that. I'm definitely not, like a mathematic type person, but essentially he was like seeing the mathematics of the world and like the way like things moved. He could like, in a sense, like understand the processes of like the way the math worked for like a thing moving or something, essentially. Like I can't explain it. I don't know. I can link the video just so people might have some clarification, or the title of the video is Accidental Genius, I think. Accidental Genius.
That sounds right. It's like a CNN documentary, I think.
Great Big Story was the channel that it was posted from. And it was like a pretty well done. It's like 13 minutes. It was a pretty well done like little documentary thing on him, essentially, on acquired savants. But there was a dude that was studying him, and he was like, so he went through like a list of other acquired savants that he's known, where like some dude suffered a stroke and ended up becoming like this artist or whatever. He started painting because like the guy had said, once you come out of this, you literally, whatever you come out of the traumatic experience with, it like consumes you. So this dude came out and started doing art like crazy, and next thing you know, he's got like exhibitions for his art, because he's like, they were saying he's already got exhibitions and everything. And the other guy, when he was 10, he got hit in the head with a baseball, I guess, when he was playing baseball or something. And all of a sudden, after that, at 10, assumedly, I've assumed that it was after that moment, more or less, he could do calendar calculations where he could like tell you exactly like what day or when a certain day of the year will fall on in the future or the past. And it's like, that's unreal. That's intense.
Crazy.
Like how does like a brain injury lead to you like almost like, it's almost like unlocking like an extra percentage of your brain, in a sense, I would say.
Yeah, well, I didn't like how they were talking about, like, the one girl was talking about, like, well, maybe we can zap their brain and unlock this power. I was like, okay, Hitler.
Well, that's exactly. I did hear that, and I was like, I mean, of course, the moment I was watching this, I was like, okay, well, shit, how do I fucking injure my brain to fucking be like, well, the thing is, I don't want something to like consume me in that sense, whatever. So I don't necessarily want that. But at the same time, like the way that she was talking about it, like, yeah, no, that it'll obviously lead people to think that way. And I don't know if that's the way anybody should be thinking. Like, let's go potentially injure people and see if it makes them smarter. Zap their brains real quick. I mean, I think that's been done enough that we know it probably doesn't work in the past. I think there's plenty of precedent electroshock therapy type shit to know that that's not going to be the...
Theoretically, if you figured it out, you could do it, but you would have to like kill like at least a handful of people.
Exactly.
If not many people to figure that out. So,
what was it?
In other words, they're probably working on it already.
There was this movie. I can't remember who I went and saw it with. I think I was in up in Myrtle still at the time. I was still living up there. Ooh. Overlord. Did you ever watch that movie? It was...
That's the Nazi movie, right?
Yeah, except it it was like Nazi Germany, but it involved like the scientists. What?
Did we see that together? Or
I'm not positive. I don't remember who I saw it with. I know
I
I saw it with
with,
somebody, but I don't remember who I saw it with.
That's
So
exactly the.
it's probably us. Either way.
I've definitely seen the movie, and then it was like some weird like zombie thing.
Yeah.
Like in a.
Yeah.
Serum.
Yeah. Well, this whole talk of like unlocking. That's what that seems like to me. The idea of like, oh well, let's electroshock therapy, whatever that woman was saying. Either way, definitely interesting. It's definitely interesting. I'm interested in looking up like more about them and seeing like what different types of things like people came out of these experiences with, like what types of things that they could do. It seems like it's varies, and I feel like what if for like however you were living your life up until that point, or whatever your circumstances up until that point where you acquired your your savantness. What if that affects the outcome of what you end up doing? Because the other guy too, there was like some old man, and he suffered a fall, and he ended up sculpting like metal sculptures, like tons of them, and it's like they're fantastic. They're literally great. So like I don't even know, dude. It's just such an interesting thought as to like the types of things that could come out of that.
Such an like awareness of 3D space to be making some sculptures like that.
Some awareness of 3D space.
I mean, that's like what it is. That is, I would assume, is allowing him to create such a magnificent sculpture.
I guess I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like when I try to fucking when I try to draw something and it's completely unproportional. This dude just suddenly understands the exact, like how to fucking craft a bowl out of like some iron or bronze or whatever the fuck it was he was making it out of. It was wild. I would definitely suggest to anybody to watch that. Bro, it is hot in here now. I don't know if it's just you or me or but it's been getting to me. It seriously does get to me sometimes, but most of the time if I'm here by myself anyway, I'm probably walking around with my fucking shirt off, so I'm normally not too bothered.
Yeah. But I don't know, bro. Even then it can get a little toasty sometimes.
Yeah. I definitely need to go tell them to like fix my AC, but like they literally have like a whole like fucking thing you gotta fill out just to be like, hey, can you come fix this? No, I don't have coronavirus. Yeah, you can pop into my place, check it out, like
but yada yada. Do it. That's too ridiculous to not.
I mean, they don't want you like even walking in the office. They like say, do not come to the office. Like
I mean, call or do what you gotta do, bro. I mean,
at the end of the day, they don't
like
have to.
3 months ago.
Yeah, they don't have to fucking like come into my apartment like for any reason. The AC is outside. They could just pop outside and fix it. They said they needed a part. They were like, oh, it's gonna be 2 days. Never came back.
You gotta stay on people like that, bro. That's just a fact.
I know. I mean, there was probably reasons why I wasn't, but
I got you.
Either way, so I want to say a little bit about it on the podcast, but I've already talked to you plenty about it. One of my favorite games has become history, unfortunately, and is basically an old like an old Facebook-esque game. It was on Facebook at one point too, but it was like I always like reference the Facebook like Mafia game or whatever, where you have the honor and you have energy and stamina, and you fight people in PvP or whatever, and that type of Facebook game. I feel like that'll help most people understand what I'm talking about. Either way, there was this game called Dawn of the Dragons. It got shut down because during all this, I was like, damn, I really feel like I want to like do some reading or something, And I was like, yo, I haven't read through the story of Dawn of the Dragons in a while. And the game is set up just like that Mafia game, except it has like a fully like thought out long story. Like it is long. It took me like, it probably took me the span of a year to like read it, just because I was also having to like go through the game as I was doing it.
Yeah.
So like it was long, and it took me a lot of time to read it, and it's hands down probably one of my favorite fantasy stories I've ever read. It inspired me at the time to like start writing things. Even then, I probably drafted up a few pages worth of like a story that I was trying to create just because of that story, literally alone.
Yeah.
And So yeah, I got on. I went to. Bro, I knew that game was going down though. I knew it for so long. I had been waiting on it. I'd been waiting because when they released the
as long as it did.
oh no, it really was. It literally made it a decade. It made it a decade, dude, and I'm very surprised that it did that even, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Zynga. That was the company that ran the Mafia games. I just thought of that.
Bro, Zynga.
But do you remember
don't they do
that
Words
fucking,
with Friends?
Did they do Words with Friends? Yeah, interesting. Wow. What a company.
I think they ended up getting like bought by Facebook, didn't they?
Probably. I don't know. I just remembered like anytime I saw something with Zynga on it, I was like, oh god, this is gonna be
probably
ass.
Trash. Yeah.
I was like, this is gonna be garbage.
I never played like any Mafia game. I feel like
I think they had like
maybe
other. They had like
what
the
that
same.
is.
They had the same game. They had the same or similar games with like different type stories other than the Mafia.
Yeah.
They would maybe have had like another fantasy type one, like with the way Dawn of the Dragons was. But either way, Dawn of the Dragons, I spent fucking like years playing it. It was one of those games, same as like RuneScape, where I would literally always go back and I would like play the fucking game. Just like I would always have my own account, my old account. I could always go back. I could always pop in, play it anytime. Even if I hadn't been around for months, I could pop back on and still enjoy playing it for a little bit of time. The thing is, I also, every time I got on, before it got shut down and all, I was still in the guild that I had created when the server went up. And the person that I had left running the guild, even to that day after almost 3 years of me having left, I was just like, yeah, don't remove me from the guild. I'll pop around and everything, like every now and then. And that person was still running it. Like after all that time, I was like, God damn, dude.
That's fucking.
I was
awesome.
like, I clearly chose the right person for the job.
Bruh.
It was a great guild too, dude. We were doing good. We were literally like, I think, top 9. We were like 9th on the server out of like the statistics for like a while. But yeah, it did. We did fall into ruin after a while.
Fall into ruin.
Either way. So the story was fantastic, and when I popped on to, I went to the App Store because it had come out on mobile probably like 5 years back, and I was trying to find it to play and be able to read and whatnot, but I couldn't. I think I searched on the iPad first, and I was like, maybe they just didn't put it on the iPad. And then I went out, and then I went to my phone, and I couldn't find it on my phone's App Store either. And I was like. Nani, what? It's like, what is this? I was like, where is it? And then I went, I think, I just tried to go to it on Congregate or something, and it was gone. It was gone, dude. It was completely gone. And I was like, and bro, like when I tell you that in that moment, I literally felt my heart like, I was like, oh my God, dude. It's just so weird seeing something that you spent so much time with, and not to mention the amount of money that I fucking spent on that game. Worth it. Maybe. But like, I don't know. It was crazy to see it go down that way. I don't know. But after a little bit of searching around, I ended up finding the forum post where I think his name was Shao Quinn. There were two of the original developers, I think, of the game when it was like first released. Shao Quinn and Felon. They had posted up a forum and everything. Well, it was on the forum site, which had been shut down as well, which was like, well, the site had gotten hacked at some point apparently too after the shutdown, because it was still up, but that's why it was all like fucked by the time I got to it. But either way, it was at that point where it's just a white screen with a bunch of text, and I just read through it all pretty much and seeing all the, like, oh damn, I'm gonna miss this game so much, all the people like thanking the developers for working so hard on it and everything and doing what they could, and the amount of like community that was like the way the community was like involved with the actual development of the game. They literally would have like a weekly like community development thing or whatever, where they would have actual like long-term players join in on, I think, different calls or whatever with the developers and this and that the other, and see what they could do to improve the game or something maybe. And I don't know, dude, it was crazy. It was just crazy. There was an unbelievable amount of lore and everything to that game, dude. It was probably one of the more like better expanded upon like universes, I would say, that I've seen. And but either way, I did find the wiki or whatever for the game is still up, and on the wiki you can read the entire story still. They had it all out there, and I was like, I felt so blessed to be able to see that, dude. I was like, because literally one of my favorite characters fucking in story ever is in this story. And his name is Roland, fucking greatest dude ever. I'm gonna make a video about him, honestly. If not him, the game, the story itself, honestly. But either way, so yeah, fantastic story, fantastically written. It was written by a bunch of different people. I remember going onto the forums at one point saying like, please make this a book, turn this into a movie, do something, and they were like, can't. They gave me a reason, I think, as to why they wouldn't or couldn't at the time. And I was just so sad. And I think part of it was the fact that it was written by so many different people. They would have to go back and get approval from, I think, each person to take their work essentially and use it to turn it into this, that, the other, and be able to make a profit off of it, I guess. And I just don't think they were willing to do that, and it is very sad. But I would highly suggest anybody that if you got time with coronavirus, and if you're into some good storytelling, some fucking great writing, go to the wiki, read that shit. It's literally worth it. And the way it's like told is, it's all like chopped up, but that's because of the way the game worked. The way the story is delivered is like chopped into like segments and chunks and everything. But that's because of the way the game was played and how the story was delivered through it and everything. So you just gotta kind of roll with it. And there's also absolutely phenomenal fucking artwork that goes with the game too. And it is all still out there, and you can still see it all. It's so good. I just can't say it enough. And I had to say my piece about Dawn of the Dragons, dude. It's so good. God.
It's truly tragic what happened to the game. I didn't even know about it until you brought it to my attention. That's horrible.
It is, dude. But I gotten
game.
I had gotten fucking I think it was literally within this year. Fucking one of my friends, Christian, way back when I was still playing on mobile
the
occasionally.
Ringmaster?
Yeah, the Ringmaster, yes. he fucking he hit me up within the last year, I think, and he was like, "Hey, dude, I got back on Dawn of the Dragons because I got him to play it on mobile way back when." He was like, "Yo, I've been playing some Dawn of the Dragons, man. Been enjoying it." And I was like, "Hell yeah, dude, that's great." I just it was so sad, dude. It truly hurt to see.
That is just so unfortunate.
Yeah. Oh, also,
doing $60 cash back and not grabbing.
I was literally about to say that. I was about to say, okay, so earlier, I went to Walmart to do some shopping, and as you check out, which they have in Walmart, they literally have a limited amount of people or whatever at this point that they're letting in. There was still a lot of people. It's Walmart, so there were still a lot of people on the inside, but they genuinely had one side blocked off with buggies and gates and this, that, the other, and they had an entire set up loop in which you had to walk through just to be able to go inside. I was like, this is already a bit much, but they were just letting people go in because I guess there was enough, not too many people. I don't even know, they were literally just letting people in despite this whole line. I was so confused. Either way, yeah, so I went into Walmart, fucking did some shopping because I needed some groceries, and as it does at the end when you're checking out, it said, "Hey, you want any cash back?" And I said, "Hey, might as well." Grabbed 60, or I hit the button for 60, and then I proceeded to leave without it. I've never felt so stupid. With that, I will say, Amber, I guess I can't give you too much shit for having left the ATM that one time that you told me about after not grabbing your cash because I'm in the same boat now. But but I did check my account, and it looks like it maybe didn't even drop the 60. It didn't dispense the 60, so it may have not charged me for it. I don't know.
I might not have,
because if I had saw, the thing is, the way that prints it out, it prints the receipt. You got the scanner, where you insert your card up here. It prints the receipt out right here, and then it gives cash out way below that. Yeah. So it's if I had noticed it, I wouldn't have forgot it, obviously. But
it seems like a lot of these places have the same machine, Bilo and Walmart.
I think so. For the most part, they're all the same.
Same one. Even Target has self checkout.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, self checkout.
McDonald's was already open back in the mall or in the Walmart too, which I just found surprising, sort of. Because that's very, most fast food places are drive-through only at the moment, and though obviously they don't have a drive-through, it's
were there people eating in there?
There were people working and eating in there, dude. So I was like, I don't know about that. I was,
because
bro.
it's in the store, it gets a pass,
Maybe, but like I felt like they should have just kept the bitch closed, like honestly.
Yeah.
But no, dude, when I was there was literally this little old woman working. Little old woman.
This is what my dad was
like
saying.
70,
Publix,
easy.
It's all old people working, dude.
I'm like, yo.
You're
I immediately was like,
bro.
yo, she was strapped to the nines with shit. But I was like, that's not. I was like, that may not save your ass if you're sitting here working at Walmart.
Yeah.
I was like, yo.
Probably the dirtiest place on earth.
More than likely, dude. People of Walmart.com. I've not been there in a hot minute. Yeah. Either way. I was like, yo, her name was Carol. I was like, yo, Carol,
Poor
like,
Carol.
I feel so bad for you. And I was like, real quick, let me just say this was Carol without an E on the end, so you know she's not killing her husband. So you know she's a good one, and she don't need to be dying from this coronavirus out here working.
Be saving that for the other one. Yo, we'll in due time.
In due time, yo, Carol's fucking crazy. She killed her husband either way. But Carol at Walmart was a good woman. She was working hard, and she does not need to be working at Walmart right now. She is too old for that, dude.
Yeah.
It's definitely rough seeing. I mean, the fact that, I think I've said this already before on another podcast, but the fact that our economy literally is working almost against us in this situation, it feels like, in my opinion, it seems like, it completely crumbled on us amidst it, like, as if it was really doing that hot in the first place. For the longest time, we've been up and down, I think. I don't keep up with it by, hearsay and whatnot. I think it hasn't been doing great, but what got built up by Trump, like you said, is already completely gone due to this. Yeah. From what I've heard, it's one of the worst economic disasters that we've ever had.
It's like, I think in the top 3. It's like Great Depression.
I was literally about to say,
2008, this.
2008?
Yeah, but it's like...
Wait, what happened in 2008?
Well, like 2009, it was just like a recession.
Just a recession? Okay.
The economy, like, just tanked a lot because there were a bunch of fucking...
Was that amidst, like, the whole, like,
mortgages.
housing market crash and all?
That's what that's about.
Okay.
But, yeah, Trump, like, the economy, like, almost doubled, like, since he became president. But honestly, like, it all, like, got shit away because of our fucking... all of our like supply lines are like globalized throughout the whole world, and then there's a fucking disease that shuts down travel, and now the economy is horrible because all of our shit is spread out everywhere. That's why we got to bring the jobs back to America, bro.
Bro, the jobs should have already been in America at this point. Fuck.
Well,
but yeah, no.
That's why we're suffering so bad right now.
Yeah, but what I was getting with that, like, it just sucks to see that, like, amidst a time like this, that I can only imagine the reason this fucking old ass Carol woman is working at Walmart right now is because she doesn't have enough money to, like, live amidst these times.
That's the thing, dude.
And it's like, that is fucked.
If we made all of our shit in America, dude, there would not be, like, the reason there's these fucking low ass wages. People just want to pay as little as they can for shit.
Yeah.
So the cost is getting squeezed. So you have to squeeze the labor cost. You have to squeeze the input. So the quality of your thing goes down. The quality of the the people you're hiring, you're not paying them a good wage. So they're obviously not going to work that hard. They're not going to give a shit about their work. That's not.
I'll tell you right now that I knew what amount I was making at Books A Million, and sure I would work hard, but there was plenty that I would be like, I don't need to do that. I'm not even gonna try to, like, sell these fucking all this shit at the register because I don't get paid enough for that. Even if it makes me $1 because I nagged the fuck out of somebody until they bought this.
Yeah,
I don't care. Like, and I guess I shouldn't be getting too much into that, but either way.
Bro, you should get a job at a Toyota dealership.
Bro, I should get a job.
Easy to sell Toyotas, boy. You don't have to scam people when you're selling Toyotas. Is such a great product.
Would selling a Ford be a scam?
Yes. It's just a fact.
I think it's funny because when I'm, like, doing all the magazines out or whatever, at Books A Million, motherfuckers come in and they're, like, looking at the cars and they're like, oh, do y'all have this, that, the other? And I'm like, yeah, we got this, and I don't think we got a Toyota magazine or this, that, the other. I was like, oh, but there is this, what is it, F100, and this dude goes, oh, you wouldn't want to buy that. He's like, you wouldn't want to buy that. That's garbage. I was like, oh,
Toyotas.
Okay. I was like, oh, Fords.
Toyota just makes the best car, dude. Like, it's every car you can.
I was about to say, fucking the Tacoma is Toyota.
Tundra, 4Runner, bro, Corolla,
I've always liked.
Camry.
I don't know. I can like. There's a lot of trucks that I like, but something about the Tacoma has always been like pretty nice to me. I really liked it.
Big, but it
exactly.
has really nice lines. It looks like you
nice
can pack
lines.
a lot of shit in there. But like,
I definitely knew some motherfuckers
also get some decent gas mileage.
High school way back in the day that would drive some Tacomas around.
The old ones look good. The new ones look good. Like, it doesn't matter what year you have. They're all.
I definitely don't think I've ever like disliked a Toyota. I mean, I'm not the car. I'm not the type of car person that know the specifics. Yo, oh dude, I don't even know. One thing I can say I fucking hate is, what is it? Loud ass fucking mufflers. What?
Just exhaust.
Exhaust. Yes, that shit is fucking annoying. If you, bro, especially when I see it on an absolutely shitty looking car, and you're like, like, literally,
well, half
and you
the
can
time
be
is
heard
their muffler fell off,
across
dude.
the fucking town, dude. Nice, is that?
That's a Tundra.
Tundra. That is nice. I do like that.
That shit is big as fuck inside too.
Oh
like,
yeah,
hella comfy.
Yo, how spacious some trucks can be on the inside is like unreal. Like it's like you walk into it and like, holy shit, there's no way it was this big on the outside.
Bro, that looks ridiculously slick.
Parked over at the Grand Canyon or something.
Bruh. And then they got the high ass trim level with the snorkel on it.
Is that what that's called?
That shit can just go in the water.
Dead ass?
The snorkel bit has to be above water, but like it's essentially so you can get air into your engine.
But that's like the legitimate reason.
Yeah.
Bro, I had no idea about that. I thought that was just like some weird ass fucking like accessory.
I just so you know, after this podcast, we about to watch some off-roading videos.
Whatever, dude. I would love to see a motherfucker with this shit go under some water.
Bro, the one I want.
That's kind of wild. That's absolutely wild. Yeah. I think I was watching some video the other day, and somebody was watching that fucking Mystery Dungeon video I was telling you about. And this dude, while he was recording his video, you constantly hear a loud car go by, and he every time he would go, "God, loud cars." It was like the jokiest fucking thing. Yeah. But even at one point, he goes, "I think that was a motorcycle. What is it about motorcycles that make them louder than cars?" That's what I just don't understand.
Dude,
I was just like,
goes on a rant.
Yeah, I was like, yo, I don't know either, but like, is that the case? Are motorcycles louder than cars?
I think it's some. Well,
they definitely can be. I want to say
motorcycles will like take the fucking like muffler shit like out of their fucking exhaust pipe just to make it sound loud.
Bro, like, I gotta imagine
like,
that shit feeling like it's making me go deaf. You know, like. However far away I am, like, how is it
behind you? The sound waves are going out, so like you probably hear it, but it ain't that loud. You're going so much, you're blasting ahead at the same rate while the fucking sound waves are going back.
I get you. I just can't stand a motherfucker with too loud of a goddamn exhaust.
I agree. Don't get me wrong.
That is just ridiculous.
That's a Lexus with the snorkel.
Of course.
This is like one of my favorite dudes who makes like car videos because he like purposely buys like shitty cars. Like he'll be like, I bought the cheapest, like insert expensive ass car that's unreliable as fuck and breaks down all the time. I bought the cheapest Ferrari blank.
For real? Did he like whips up into something like this?
Bro, he literally owns
got a
like
4Runner?
40 cars, dude.
You got a 4Runner?
He has at least one.
Dude, I feel like a 4Runner is like the ultimate off-road car. I don't know. I'm not even an off-road. I don't know shit about it, but for some reason 4Runner seems like it's it.
The one I would want, dude. I'll tell you that.
Oy, 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 vey.
Yeah, my phone about to die.
Yo. So you think if I did a
that's the one, bro. PRD Pro.
4Runner first, like 2020 4Runner. Looks nice. Do you think I don't know. I'm just thinking like the best thing to stream later. I feel like I'll do a stream later because I just need something to do.
Minecraft. There's a shit ton of people watching Minecraft all the time.
Dude, I mean, I've been getting recommended so much Minecraft. There's
played
have
a
you
lot
have you
today.
heard of the 2B2T server? I've been hearing like a lot about it recently, and apparently it's the I think it's them through the wall. I've been hearing, so 2B2T is apparently the oldest and longest running survival server, I think, on Minecraft at all. It literally has its own economy and everything. It has, I think there's something specific about it, but like that it's called something specific other than like a survival world. But like, I mean, it's completely fucked. Spawn is fucked. The moment you spawn in, it's like literally obliterated for like thousands of blocks, like thousands, and you have to just like work your way through all this like lava and fucked up. Everything is destroyed. Everything.
I love that.
No, me too. It's honestly one of the most. There's like so much history and lore to do with the server. There's countless videos on it. It's one of the craziest things I've honestly seen in Minecraft. Like, and the thing is, the server in general has zero rules, none, literally nothing. Anything is game, and it is the longest running server, like one of Minecraft in general's longest running servers. And
why are we not playing on that?
It's literally supposed to be well, you have to do like all types of shit to get in it. You have to have like a hacked this, that, the other, and all types of shit just to get in. It's like insane. And everybody that's playing is completely like running hacks, 100%, like mad hacks. And the thing is, the moment you get in, like, if you happen to come across a player, dude, they're going to be completely to the nines, flying around in survival, just lighting you up with fully enchanted diamond type shit, like on the wildest shit, dude. It's one of the craziest things. I'll show you some videos when we get down there. It is truly like, it's something that I think will like blow your mind. It's truly crazy. And I keep seeing like, I watched like one video essentially on it. I can't remember. It was I spent 24 hours in 2B2T was like the entire thing. The guy started at a certain time and he hit, all right, let's go. And he tried to go in, and then it put him into a queue with like 400 people that he had to wait like an hour and a half just to get in. And then he got in, and then he got disconnected. And then he got back in, and he eventually like made it out of spawn. There was also a massive thing where, because the people that actually play on the server regularly, they the whole point of like spawning into the server is, you spawn, which is like the place that everybody spawns. Yeah. Well, either way, it's a place where everybody spawns for the first time they enter the server. Yeah. For anybody that's maybe not, familiar with Minecraft, but and there was this entire like campaign between like different like sections of people in the server for spawn having no trees and spawn having trees. People were trying to plant trees while everybody was going to, like, they were napalm and nuking, literally flying through minecarts in the air, dropping bombs, destroying trees, doing everything they can to destroy every single tree.
Bombing them?
Literally, dude, it was the wildest fucking thing I've ever seen in Minecraft, dude. I was like, this isn't real.
Get the actual napalm, dude.
No, they were literally flying just with, like, redstone, dude. They were just doing, like, basic Minecraft mechanics.
To the max.
Literally, there was like some motherfuckers going around with just flint and steel, lighting the trees on fire.
Dude,
and then there was all the people that were trying to like plant them and all. And there's like there's kings and bases, and the longest running, like the longest surviving base on the server. There's literally kings of the server that like different players who have like dominated the server for like certain amounts of time.
We need to go like kill some like high up players in this shit, dude.
Dude, let's do it. No, and I'll have to show you it just so you can understand like the way it works. Apparently, just the combat is a completely new, unique form of combat. It's literally insane. It's not like I'm gonna run up and hit you with a sword, or I'm gonna shoot you with this. We have these ender something. I think it's an ender something that it explodes. I don't know. It's like a bomb thing. Either way, they pretty much only play by spamming the fuck out of these things, and you can either you just got to build obsidian as fast as you can, or this, that, the other. And of course, they're playing with hacks. So, and the idea of building obsidian as fast as you can is just like have a mod or a hacker or a hack
throws up like
that throws it up like fast enough, or like literally sets up an actual formation like house, within 5 seconds. Literally, people will have like that thing where they will build up a fucking house.
But it has to do it like one by one, or else it fucking like makes you like get booted automatically.
No, because there's no rules at all. It won't boot you. For any hacks, everybody has hacks.
Oh, dude, I used to watch these, like, it was like a team of griefers, and it was like the intention, they would go in like Mission Impossible and like destroy a server, dude. We should just
fucking go around and like do some fuck shit on Minecraft servers for a while.
It's fun, dude. It's fun to be like terrorists on video games.
Yo, I was never into the griefing back in the day, but I mean, I was like an administrator on server at a point, so I definitely was annoyed with griefers here and there. So like, but like, boy, I think it'd probably be fun, to be honest.
Dude, I kind of want to get involved in like, I don't know, the politics of a Minecraft server.
They're interesting, to say the least.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I've done it before. Like,
yeah. There was a number of servers back in the day that I was like, I don't know, pretty prominent on, just like in playing and Sense and whatnot. I was sad when there was one I want to say that got shut down after a while, but the one that I was doing on ended up getting shut down probably like 6 months into me being an administrator or something.
I remember being like the right-hand man of this guy, and his skin was fucking Duke Nukem. And I just remember like, I don't know. There was also this guy, Taco Sauce, who was... Taco Sauce with a Z.
Bro, I think I had like 3 different Minecraft accounts.
I definitely only had one. Teddy the Lego guy, bro.
Dedicated homie. Yeah. And Once Upon a Pineapple. Definitely don't remember the account information for that one. Bro. Which is pretty sad.
I'm not even the email. You can get it back through the email.
I have no idea, dude. I was probably 13 when I made that one. All the different Minecrafters and the YouTubers I used to watch on Minecraft, dude. Hilarious.
Teddy the Lego guy.
Fucking hell.
Dude, I wanted to be a Minecraft YouTuber so bad.
I probably did too. That's probably why I downloaded the game, but I had no idea what the fuck I was doing back then. Boy, I don't know. I would play the fuck out of some Minecraft, but I would probably, I don't know. I feel like I never got like as into it as I like wanted to in its own way.
We can definitely change that, bro.
No, I know. We definitely
Minecraft
can.
is so fun.
What kind of mods do you think we should add? Boy,
I mean, honestly, bro, they have added so much stuff. Like just the
vanilla is
well, you can also play older like versions. I would play a fucking like alpha or beta build. Honestly.
Well, I mean, shit, they've got all the different like underwater shit now too, and all types of stuff. Even though I know that the underwater is like there's like a very meager amount of things to do down there, from what I know. But no, I still remember way back I had this fucking the Clay Soldiers mod. That shit
I feel like I played that.
That shit was so lit, dude. Oh my god! I would literally like build up an arena.
Like little Pikmin shit, right?
Yeah, they were like little clay dudes, and you would like drop them all off, drop like hundreds into like different. Yeah, you would do like a brown one and a fucking blue one or some shit, and you would give them. You could strap some up with armor. You could literally equip armor to some of them, and then you would just have them fight each other. And that shit was so cool, dude. I fucking loved it back in the day.
Did you ever play Pixelmon?
Pixelmon? Is this Pokemon?
It's like it makes Minecraft a Pokemon game.
I want to say I have. I want to say I did to some degree.
Pretty good.
I don't know, dude. There was definitely, because way back when I was playing, it was like pretty low bar on the amount of stuff there was to do in Minecraft. Obviously, it was just ultimate sandbox or whatever, but there's still like very, I don't know, the amount of mods that were out there. You would just go with doing something. But what mod was? I was thinking of fucking. No, I was just thinking all the different like animal and creature mods that I was like trying to add in and everything to like fill like empty space. I felt like the game was like missing maybe. I don't know. It was definitely a time where I was adding like 30 plus mods to my shit.
I definitely love like the.
Gotta have that Optifine first though.
I'm definitely not about having like a bunch of shit walking around my Minecraft world. I kind of like the solitude of it in a way. Like aside from like the cows and fucking shit.
Yeah.
And like at night, obviously.
The occasional creeper popping up behind you.
Yeah. But like, I don't know, dude. I just have been thinking about like all the time I spent playing that fucking game.
It's a lot.
I really want to like play on a faction server, dude. Faction servers used to be my favorite shit.
All right, we can definitely look into playing some Minecraft. I don't know. I'm down. I'm convinced. Either way. What was I gonna say?
Is this mouse working good now?
Yeah, I don't know what was up with it, dude. Like,
I think it was just like the memory, maybe.
The memory?
You have 16 gigs
what do you mean?
RAM.
Yeah, the memory like emits like using VR.
Well, the VR and the
recording and streaming.
and streaming and
That's why we gotta separate the thing. But I mean, I had a. I don't know. It was really pissing me off at one point there, and I fucking redropped it and was like, maybe that'll fix it.
I do that all the time.
And I mean, it's been working. So.
It seems to work like 50% of the time.
I mean, it's essentially the same as turn it on and turn it off again. Like, which it's unreal how frequently that fixes things. But either way, yeah. Just remembered, the amount of like. What is it? 4chan green text stories I've read over the years.
Dude, I don't know much about that, but I've seen like a couple of those, and it's just like the most ridiculous shit.
They're always the most insane. There was this one about some dude. Of course, he was only known through like Pepe memes, but there was this one mother. Oh, dude, I can't even remember the amount of them. No, but there was this one guy who his dad got him to like work in the IT or something with him or some shit, and he had no idea about anything IT related.
I think I read this.
It was a long one. I can't remember the entire. It was all about Adobe Reader. He would pretty much just like fix every problem that somebody had. He'd be like, "Did you install Adobe Reader?" And it would like fix their issue somehow.
I watched a YouTube video.
The wildest story about it.
Where they just have Microsoft Sam read that. Because that sounds so familiar.
I was about to say, there's probably countless videos where somebody just reads green text.
I do the same thing with like I'll watch videos. Well, I'll listen to them while I'm driving, and it just like reads a subreddit to you. Like
that's nice. I'll look into that. I had no idea about that.
I'll send you like a link to the channel that I watch that does it. Because it has a nice British Microsoft Sam. My only Instagram is my campaign Instagram.
Would you look up Theo Von on it? Apparently he has some...
My iPhone's like at 1%. It's going to die as soon as I try to do something.
Well, apparently Theo has some pretty funny fucking Instagram videos. Like animated Instagram. I think animated, maybe? Either way, he has some Instagram videos that are worth checking out, apparently.
Hell yeah.
So I was like, I'll definitely do that. I fucking love me some Theo Von, dude.
I truly do. Funny like animated clips of like Theo and Joe and
what like at Joe's podcast or something.
Yeah.
Yo, I watched the one with Alex.
Yeah.
God damn it, Joe Rogan.
Listen, I'm kind of retarded.
Listen, I'm kind of retarded. Yeah. You're really pissing me off, Joe Rogan.
Yo.
No, but I also watched the Theo Von stand-up where he did shrooms the other day, and apparently what I found out as I scrolled through the comments, it was he had taken those shrooms directly before a podcast with Joey. Or during a podcast with Joey, he like fed him shrooms during this podcast. And I was like, and I started looking for it, but I couldn't find it. And I brought it up to Sebastian though, and he goes, "Oh, hold on, I know exactly which one you're talking about." And he sent me the link. Yeah, dude. So I haven't watched it yet because he had sent me another podcast link. So I'm gonna watch. I watched that one first. It was The Fighter and the Kid with Theo and Chris D'Elia. Hilarious, dude. I fucking love both of those two guys. Chris D'Elia, Theo, two of the best fucking comedians in my opinion. I love just how much Chris D'Elia does not give an absolute fuck about literally anything, and that's fantastic.
Yeah, that's a good trait for a comedian.
It really is. It is a great one. All right. Either way, I think we're more or less, we ain't got like too much pressing things to talk about. I did want to just go ahead and film something, but either way.
Hope you guys are all social distancing.
Definitely do some social distancing. It is very major to stay safe out here.
They're saying to start wearing masks. The only reason we're even hanging out is because we're both quarantined, and we have been for like multiple weeks now.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
there's pretty much zero chance of us.
The only time I leave is to go to fucking Walmart, which is like, I guess, putting me at risk. But I mean, I've been fine for the last 3 weeks, and I mean, we've pretty much been together the last 3 weeks anyway. So
yeah,
to a degree, but yeah. So definitely stay safe. Drink Mystic.
Mystic, we know you're listening.
But yeah, and y'all heard how broke I am right now. Either way, peace out. Y'all have a great one. My Patreon will be on my account.